Welcome to The Explainer. So today we're tackling a really tough marketing challenge, something a lot of people struggle with. How do you take something super dense and technical and somehow make it, well, amazing?
I mean, we are just drowning in information, right? So capturing someone's attention instantly isn't just a nice to have, it's literally the whole game. And in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how you pull it off.
For our case study, we're going to take a real-world crypto white paper, and I'm going to walk you through the entire strategic process step by step, showing you how we turn all that complex data into a story that actually gets people excited.
All right, let's get into it. Every great campaign, it all starts with a clear brief, a set of rules. And for this one, the rules make things, well, really, really tough.
Okay, so these are our rules. The big goal? Create some serious FOMO. You know, that fear of missing out. But, and this is the crazy part, we can't talk about any of the juicy financial details. No tokenomics. Nope. We've got to do it all with just the mission and the vision.
So, this is what we're starting with. Think of it like raw, unrefined ore. It's packed with technical specs, complex ratios, all that stuff. Our job is to dig through it and find that tiny little vein of story gold buried inside.
Okay, so this brings us to our first and probably most important strategic move. We have to draw a line in the sand between what we can't say and the story we absolutely have to tell.
And just look at what this does. It immediately forces our hand, right? Since we can't talk about the what, the technical nitty-gritty, we have no choice but to focus completely on the why. Why does this project even exist? Well, it's to democratize access, to tear down old barriers. And just like that, that's our story.
Every great story needs a villain, a problem to overcome. And to tell this story right, we have to define that problem first. So here it is. We're calling it the traditional investment wall. This is the pain point. This is the dragon our story is going to slay.
So after digging through that white paper, we've pulled out these 4 key pillars. And listen, this isn't some marketing fluff we just made up. This is the actual soul of the project, pulled straight from their own words. This right here, this is the foundation for everything we're about to build. All right, we've got our foundation. Now it's time to build the single most important piece of this whole thing, the part that literally decides if someone watches or just keeps scrolling. I'm talking about the hook. Boom, this is it. This is our opening shot. And notice what's missing, right? There's no mention of crypto or uGOLD or blockchain, nothing. It just taps right into that universal feeling of being on the outside, looking in, and then it promises everything is about to change. The goal? 100% pure intrigue. It's a really simple 3-step formula, but man, is it effective. First, you hit a universal pain point. Then, you hint at a massive change, a revolution. And finally, you leave them hanging, desperate to know how. That, my friends, is how you win those first 5 seconds.
All right, so we've got their attention. They're hooked. Now we got to deliver on that promise. It's time to build out the story and turn all those dry, technical features from the white paper into something the viewer can actually feel.
So this is all about the framing. It's absolutely crucial. We would never say something like, it's a complementary token with a 1-to-100 ratio. Who cares, right? Instead, we reframe it. We call it a key. What does a key do? It unlocks doors. It's a tool for participation. See that simple shift? It's all about empowering the user. Okay, next up, we show them there's a real plan here. Look, a roadmap isn't just a boring timeline. No way. It's a powerful storytelling tool. It shows there's a vision. It builds a ton of trust. And it creates this feeling of momentum, like you're about to get in on the ground floor of something huge. And check this out. This is just a brilliant way to show the core value. Remember, this video has to work with the sound off. So a visual like this, it's everything. In like 2 seconds, with 3 simple bars, anyone gets it. High access, high liquidity, low barriers. Done. It's instant. So, you remember that section in the white paper called Creative Usability Scenarios? Yeah, sounds boring. So what we're doing here is translating that jargon into actual action. We stop talking about what it is, and we start talking about what you can do with it. That completely flips the script from just passive info to active hands-on empowerment.
Okay, we've built the hype, we've told the story, now we have to land this thing. We need a call to action that doesn't just end the video, but actually gets the viewer to do something next.
And this is a really important point. The goal here is not to close a sale. It's to open a door. We don't want it to feel like a pushy sales pitch. We're just inviting them to take the next step on a journey we started together.
And here's the formula for that. First, remind them of the big vision. Then, add just a little bit of urgency. You gotta fan those FOMO flames. And finally, you give them one crystal clear path forward. Explore the white paper. See that? We're looping them right back to the original source material, but now they're excited to read it.
All right, let's zoom out for a second. What we just went through, that's not just a script for some crypto video. No, it's a strategic playbook you can use to communicate pretty much any big, complex idea.
These 5 things right here. This is the heart of it. Doesn't matter if you're selling a token, a new piece of software, or explaining a scientific discovery, this playbook works. It's all about finding that human story that's hiding inside all the data. And why does any of this matter? Because, and this is so important, in the world we live in, the best idea doesn't always win. The best story about the idea wins. And once you understand that, you can start to see past all the marketing fluff and understand the real strategy that's going on behind the scenes.
It kind of changes how you look at things, doesn't it? Once you know the playbook, you start seeing it everywhere. The hooks, the way they frame the problem, all of it. Thanks so much for digging into this with me here on The Explainer.